Time for the business news with Nona Peltier. Kathmandu, Nona, let's start with that company. It expects full-year profits to be down and is pretty cautious. What's going on?
Yeah, well, it's going to be down. So they made about 100 million in underlying earnings last year. This year, they're expecting that to be about 70 million, which is still a pretty good result. But you know, they had a difficult period because of the lockdown. So their sales were down 15% to the 10 months ending, 12 months, 11 months ending May, because their financial year is June, right? That's their balance date.
They're travelling gear, aren't they? They're all sort of go into the wilderness or here's your backpack or whatever. If you can't go travelling.
Well, even still, though, after the lockdown, their Rip Curl products, there was a strong rebound in that, 21% increase. So that was a good lift, and 12% for Kathmandu. But they are worried about the slower number of people through their stores, which isn't surprising, I suppose, but because they rely so much on tourists and they're not around. And so the medium-term outlook for the company is not great. They're a little bit cautious. But you know what? I mean, it's still a pretty profitable company. And so the market liked the update. The share price rose 11% today. So, yeah, overall, company's still doing pretty well.
Interesting.
Despite the cautious outlook.
Okay, so we've talked about jobs in recent days. Number of job ads is improving, you say, but pretty well down on what they were pre-COVID levels. So what's improving?
Okay, so what's improving is jobs for medical staff. And that's not surprising. Also, you know, I was just looking through the list, some of them like for farming animals and conservation. So that's interesting. We know that there's been a lot of jobs in that area because the government's looking to help, say, for example, people find work.
The wallabies. Yeah, or kill wallabies.
Is that right? Well,
wallaby eradication.
I don't see that here. Wallaby eradication is not on the list, but certainly health services are, and they've returned to near normal. But overall, it's a 57% of where we were pre-COVID. So 57% of the jobs. And some of the jobs certainly have not recovered, and they're half where they were before. So administrative jobs, there's not very much going on with that. And so there's a lot of other sectors which are lagging behind. So it's not exactly back to normal, but at least it's heading in the right direction.
Okay, what are the numbers looking like on the market today?
Yeah, they're pretty stellar, to be honest. We've got the index, the top 50 index. It rose 1.3% today. So we're at 11. That's a 152-point gain.
So 50 points basically up on yesterday, wasn't it? 100 points down, wasn't it?
And then the day before that, it was like the opposite. So we've been a pretty choppy week. So we're at 11,502. And partly that's because we were just following along from Wall Street, and that was pretty good overnight. There's still all this concern about the spread of the virus, but at the same time, people are really hopeful that there's going to be a vaccine, which will make the economy bump up. So, but I wouldn't put too much into this. I think we're going to see choppy sessions for a while. The dollar was stronger, 64.9 US cents, which is better than we've seen for a while, 93.8 cents Australian, and steady against the pence at 51.9.
Thanks, Nona. Nona Peltier with our business wrap.